What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Jusballout podcast. I'm Jusnix.
I'm J Redd.
We back for another NBA season. The NBA draft is literally right around the corner on Wednesday. And it's a lot of expectations, man. You know, that top three, man, it's still a little confusing to me, but I'm gonna give you a shout out, J Redd.
Hey.
I'm gonna give you a shout out, man. You know, I don't usually do this, man. But I'm gonna give a shout out to you and your boy, man. LeBron brought another one home, man.
Hey, shout out to my guy Brian, man. You know, real fan, biggest fan right here. You feel me? Since you was a sophomore in high school, Brian, you've been my favorite player. This going on the 21st year. You feel me? We 2 decades and one type job. You feel me? So, hey, shout out to my guy. Road to number 4. We got ring number 4. They said we couldn't win in the West. What we do? We go win in the West. You feel me? Shout out to AD getting your first one, man. You know, many more to come, I feel like, man. We gonna go. We just got ring number 4. We going back to back ring number 5. Let's get it.
For sure, man. They got it done, man. They showed us something. Brown was focused.
Locked in a bubble.
Through all the stuff that was going on, the pandemic and everything, he stayed locked in and he got him one. But you know, the season is coming right back from the day that they won to the first day of the NBA season. That's 71 days. It's never happened in professional sports. It's never happened. You know what I mean? So Brian gonna have to get them knees right and get them legs ready, man, because it's a long season.
AD, you gonna have to shoulder the load first half, bro. You feel me? Sure. Let Brian get in the hyperbolic chamber. Let him get his legs right. You know what I mean? Let him recover. And we can come hard after the All-Star break, man. Let's peak at the right time going into the off. You know, let's go get us another one.
Yeah, they said it ain't gonna be no All-Star break, but they said something about like it's gonna be like a 2-week gap.
Okay.
Give them like a 2-week break or whatever, but it's not gonna be an All-Star break this year, which I'm really hurt about. But hey, man, you know, we still trying to get healthy out here in America.
Right. Yeah.
Still trying to get healthy, man. Hey, man, shout out to Joe Biden, man.
Hey, you feel me?
Shout out to Joe Biden. But hey, we wanted to do something a little bit different, man. We've been seeing a lot of mock drafts out there. You know, we've been evaluating over the last couple of weeks, seeing what we could see, because I guess we had minimum seasons in college and NBA, so we didn't really get to see a lot, J Redd. But we thought that we wanted to break them down in divisions and just talk about some of these teams' needs and how they could have a good season this year. We wanted to start with Minnesota since they got the first pick. What you think for this first pick, J Redd? I mean, we can go either way, man. Timberwolves is a pretty mixy team, man. They could go in all different types of directions, man. How you feeling?
I mean, I think I think let's start here. I think they have a good D'Lo and Cat. I think are good pieces. Mm-hmm. So I think that they do have a somewhat of a resemblance of a foundation to their team.
Yeah.
I think that them two in the pick and roll would be really good. I think that they can probably even be a higher ranked offense this year. They need help on defense, though. You know what I mean? Like, they are always bottom of the league in defensive efficiency ratings. So with this top pick, it seems, it would seem crazy kind of to me to pass up Anthony Edwards or LaMelo. But really their needs to me don't seem to be mirrored by the players available at that top pick. So I really, this is going to be the year to trade down. Next week, we talked about this all the time. We think this year in particular is going to be the year to trade down. We've heard rumors of Devin Booker to Minnesota. I don't know if they want to package them.
Not going to happen, bro.
D'Lo, Cat, and Dev Book are real life best friends, bro. I think that they're going to, it might not happen. I feel you, because Phoenix ain't just going to give up D Book now, especially after they went 8-0 in the bubble and all that. But I've seen crazier things happen, man. I see D'Lo and Cat putting pressure on Minnesota's front office to at least try to get Devin Booker. So you never know.
Yeah,
how you feel?
I mean, and then when you look at them, you look at them 3 players. There's already been reports that James Wiseman doesn't even want to entertain Minnesota.
Right.
I mean, let's just X that out for one. And then, I mean, to me personally, if I had to pick all those three, I would want to go with Anthony Edwards, just because I just think that, LaMelo, to me, he's box office regardless, and I'm
Right.
not taking nothing away from him. I think he's when you look at him, you look at the style, everything, you like, man, dude got some go. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But me personally, and I'm just saying, me personally, I don't like some of the other things about his game. Like I like guys that if they're not having a good game, they still gonna pick up. You know what I mean? They
Right.
still gonna
Right.
pick up on defense. Uh, they just gonna show some effort. To me, he really don't show no effort. But like I said, I mean, he box office.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch. Of course, we're not gonna have no fans in the beginning of the season, but I mean, when it do roll around, man, that dude gonna fill some seats up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
So
gonna get a LaMelo jersey.
no, for sure. I mean, like I said, he's exciting, bro. And I mean, for him to be 6'7" now is crazy. And he ain't gonna do nothing but keep getting bigger. Cause I mean, just even looking at Lonzo,
Right.
Lonzo put on some muscle.
Yeah. Yeah.
In his 2-3 years he been in the league. So I'm gonna say I think they probably gonna end up going with LaMelo Ball, which is probably the okay pick. But what they should do is they really should just trade that pick. You know what I mean? Honestly, because it's like,
Excuse
what are you doing? You know what I'm
me.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, where are we going? Like, I mean, you already got Cat Towns, you got D'Angelo Russell. They already been all stars in this league.
Mhm.
You ain't getting no younger. And not saying they are super young still, but the way the league working, this guy's coming in and out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Young. You know what I mean? So,
Let me. Why can't D'Lo get a fair shot, man? I'm a huge D'Angelo Russell fan. He go to the Lakers, they ship him for Lonzo. He go to Brooklyn, Kyrie gets signed. He got to go somewhere else to Minnesota. He go to Minnesota, now they got the #1 pick. They looking at LaMelo. Like, give my guy a chance to be the lead guard, man. You know what I mean? I think Anthony Edwards he's going to be a star, and he plays shooting guard. I think that him would pair well with D'Lo. I do think LaMelo and D'Lo will pair well, but hey, man, give D'Lo a shot, man. Give him the keys to a franchise one time, man, and let him work.
I think it's limitations on D'Lo game, dog. That's just my opinion.
He nice to me though, man.
No, he is nice. No, for sure nice. But I just feel like, I don't know. Maybe you need a better coach, man, to kind of just, give him a different insight. But to me, I just be feeling like, man, D'Lo just gonna be one of them guys. He gonna get his numbers.
Yeah,
I don't see him as, but you never know, man. Time will tell, man. I mean, he's a great basketball player, regardless. Now they got another first round draft pick at 17, which people have been with them not having they really don't have anybody in the front court either. Um, so I think people have been very high on Precious. I'm very high on Precious from Memphis.
yeah,
I think he's great for the modern NBA right now. Can guard off the pick and roll, can play multiple positions. Just he's an athlete, dog, and I mean he got size.
right.
I really think they can use him.
I'm with you on that, man.
It's gonna be a sweepstakes for him, though.
Yeah, I think that I'm with you on that. Precious is we just talked about they need help in the front court as far as defensive, pairing somebody with Cat. Cat can get the offensive numbers. We're not worried about that. He need help checking somebody down there though. You know what
Oh,
I
for sure.
mean?
Cause his defense ain't no good.
Right. I think that's where Precious will come in and can make an immediate impact in Minnesota and help them. And they get them in the middle of the first round, which is, I think probably a value add spot for that if he can come in and make an immediate impact for the Timberwolves.
No, for sure. And I mean, and they got 1 second round pick at 33 that possibly. I mean, they're gonna need some type of length. With them losing Robert Covington, they need some type of guy on the. I know they got. I think James Johnson's still over there, or he
Yeah,
might be a
he is.
free agent, or he might be a free agent. I'm not sure, but I mean,
I think he got one more year over there.
I
But
was
he
thinking,
just on some vet mentor type thing.
yeah,
But like, yeah,
kinda. That's why I was thinking you could probably mold in Tyler Bay from Colorado, who has great size, about 6'7", 6'8", long wingspan. He might be a good fit for him. And for
I
that,
like Tyler Bay. I think, watching the scouts, watching the scouting and watching the clips on him and stuff, he was playing out of position to me in college. Like
yeah,
they were almost forcing him to be a big, which he won't be a big in the
like a
league.
Kuzma.
So right, you know what I mean? I think he was playing a little out of position, but I do think he could definitely come in and help them, you know what I'm saying? Especially as a second round pick, I think that's best value if he falls to there.
Yeah. And also, man, just before we get off of Minnesota, man, I want to send my condolences out to Carl. Carl
Absolutely.
Towns, man. He had a tough year, man. He lost his mom due to COVID. So we want to give a shout out to him. As much as we talk about basketball, we gonna show our love to people, because COVID is real.
COVID definitely real, man. So, shout out to Kat. And we gonna keep you and the family, just in our prayers, man.
Definitely.
And y'all just, stay strong and, everybody wear your masks.
Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Moving on to the next team in the Northwest Division, Portland Trailblazers. They got the next pick, which is 16. Um, Another team that's still identity checking. I ain't gonna say identity checking, but I think they're just trying to figure out their way through that West, man. It's hard through that West,
Mhm.
man. It's almost like it almost make you feel like you're thinking of back in history. Like you think about just the West teams that was just winning, winning, winning. Like, all right, you always had the Lakers, and then you always
Mhm.
had the Spurs. They was the only ones really winning. You know what I mean? Because Utah couldn't get past Chicago at the end of the day. So it was just like, all right, man,
Yeah,
whoever gonna win it all is either gonna be the Lakers or the Spurs.
type.
Houston snuck them two in, you know what I mean? But but it's been hard for everybody else. But just talking about Portland, dog, they got a lot of free agency. They got a lot of free agents right now, so their whole team is kind of on the wire right now. They probably won't resign Hassan Whiteside, most likely.
Yeah.
I know Carmelo wants to come back, but anything hasn't been done yet. Rodney Hood has a player option, so what you think for them, man?
Man, one thing I think they need is a wing. I know they got Ariza. I know they got Mello. I know they got Rodney Hood. I know they got Super Mario. So it sounds kind of crazy for me to say that. They need a wing under 35 years old, first of all. Like, shout out to Mello. I'm a huge fan.
Mhm.
Been a huge fan, Mello. You my guy. I love that you back in the league, everything. But I think Portland's obviously looking in the draft and looking towards the future. They need a wing that can help Dame and CJ and not be 35 years old. I like Aaron Naismith from Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I don't think he
Uh,
gonna fall that far
I,
though.
I was just, I was going that way. I was going that way. I don't think he'll fall that far. But another one that I like is Jalen Smith, because they need a big man. If they let go of Whiteside, which I think they will,
Yeah.
Nurkic is still there and he's healthy again, which is definitely a big help.
Mhm.
But I think Jalen Smith can, kind of similar to what we talked about with Minnesota. He can come in. He's a big body. He's a great defender already, and he can step out and hit threes. Underrated skill that he already has that can be polished in the league. So I think Jalen Smith would be a good target right there.
I think that's a great pick. I honestly do feel like that's a great pick for them. I mean, it's a nice fit. They need. I mean, you got Zach Collins, but he still, to me, he just be looking like he's a three. He got a
And
not the way he plays, but like his body. Like I ain't really no like believer on him. I mean, I guess I need to see him
I
for
think he
a
coming
season.
off a serious injury too, so we don't
No,
know
he
what
is.
he
That's why I
gonna
say I
look
give him
like.
the benefit of the doubt. He coming
Yeah.
off a serious injury, so I probably need to watch a little bit more. But Jalen Smith definitely would be a good, solid pick for them, man. Only thing wrong with him is his lateral quickness is not that good. Like his lower body is real, real skinny, man. So
Mhm.
guarding the pick and roll might be a problem for him, but we'll see.
Right.
I think Tyrese Maxey also would be a in case they want to go guard, because I mean I'm starting to lose a little faith. I'm
Oh,
starting I'm starting to lose a little faith in my boy, man, Anthony
oh.
Simons, man. I just don't know if he want to take that step forward.
I mean, I kind of, it's not like I
He
don't
had
see
opportunity,
your logic. Yeah. It's not like I don't see the logic behind that. You know what
yeah.
I mean? We, both of us actually have spoken highly of Anthony, but we just really haven't seen him.
Yeah.
It's hard to say that because Dame is obviously going to be Dame in the league guard,
Bro,
and he's going to get it. But
he
in
getting it.
his opportunity that he's had, we need to see more. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like we saw a lot from Gary Trent Jr. Like he brought
Mhm.
it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we came back into the bubble, he really brought it. He was shooting blood in the
Shooter.
bubble. He was shooting blood in the bubble, man. So I mean, I don't know, man. Portland is always confusing to me, man. They they gonna always surprise you a little. You be thinking man, they gone, man, they gone. And then them boys in the backcourt, they bring them back to life again. Um,
Mhm.
I think they got 1 second round pick at 46. I think Skylar Mays will be he's another kind of like a Gary Trent, but he's solid. You need somebody that's gonna be able to come in already. He's an older 4-year player, 23 years old. So you getting some matureness coming to your program. I mean your team organization. So I think Skylar Mays will probably be a good pick for the second round.
Man, I really like Skylar May's game. And two, how you saying, already polished products that stay late into their college career, Dame and CJ both kind of falling into that category. That seems to be something that the Trailblazers are comfortable with
Mm-hmm.
and comfortable
Mm-hmm.
developing and taking. I think Skylar Mays, I agree with you, Knicks. I think that'd be a great second round pick for him.
Great little second round pick, man. Moving on to Denver. Denver surprised us all this year, man. They really took a step forward, man. Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, man, they showed some progress this year. I didn't really think they was gonna take that next step. I thought it was all like, man, they're gonna have a good regular season, and it's just gonna be. I thought they was gonna give us the Atlanta Hawks, back in the day, like good regular season, no results in the playoffs. But man, they took a step forward.
Man, Denver, shout out to Denver because they were my 2K team, on 2K for the
That's
last
surprising,
couple
bro.
years.
You was playing with them?
Yeah, like the last couple years, last about 2-3 years I've been playing with. They just real deep, so that's a good video game team. You know what I mean?
No,
But
that's a fact. That's a fact.
yeah, they got like 2-star lineups on 2K. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
You could
cause
put.
I can't coach on 2K, dog. I be trying, bro. I just don't have no patience. People be like, I be like, man, look, I really know this game, dog, but I just don't be feeling like I be like, man, auto my lineups, man. I don't care.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I used to auto. I done had to. It might be a tight, they'll take Jamal out when I need him, at a tight run or something. Like, all right, I gotta cut it on, man.
Yeah,
But
man. No, but not even just to stop you. I had to stop you for a second, dog. I'm gonna tell you my frustration with 2K, man, and I'm really kind of done with 2K. Shout out to my dog Jimmy, man. If you out there listening or watching, bro, I haven't played since we played, man. Bro hit me for 300. I ain't like 2K since, man, cause it really be pissing me off, man. Cause it's like Jimmy ain't even no hooper, bro. You know what I mean? And that's what I hate when I lose to people that don't even, you know what I mean?
He
Like
a
he know a
gamer.
little something, but he don't know. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy, man. But go ahead.
I think with we already know they got Jamal and Jokic, them the team staples, and excuse me, those the team staples, and we
COVID,
got.
man. You got no
Oh no,
COVID.
no, sir, no, sir. That's just a little, Hey, come
I
on
said,
now.
I
We
said
need to put
one up
that in
for
the
you,
universe.
cuz.
We want to put
I
that in the universe.
said one up for you, cuz.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
All right, my bad. Go ahead.
I think with Murray, with Jokic, and we got Michael Porter Jr. put the world on notice too. He showed flashes that he can be a star. And I mean, he still has lapses on D and stuff that he needs to improve in, but he showed flashes that he could be an up and coming star in the future.
Mhm.
I think Denver needs some old 3 and D type, big wing defenders
I mean,
to
You got Torrey Craig, but I don't know if you're gonna keep him.
that. Plus, I feel like, you know, we might could get better than Torrey
Matter of
Craig.
fact, yeah, Torrey Craig is a free agent. Him and Jeremy Grant. You know what I'm saying?
Jeremy Grant is the one I'm thinking where they really gonna miss. You know what I'm saying? If they
I
don't
think
bring
you're
him
upset,
back.
bro.
If they don't bring him back,
They
I'll
gotta
stay.
give him some money, bro. I ain't know he could shoot it like that, dog.
I think Will in OKC, he wasn't shooting it like
That's
that
what
to
I'm saying.
me.
like, dog, he knocking him down. Like
Right.
Brian even had to walk up to him a couple times, like smack him on the butt, like, hey, bro.
He had like 27 in one
Yeah,
game in that series. He was to the rack, dunking it, making
Brian had to
free
guard
throws,
a little bit.
hit threes. I'm like, man.
Yeah. But I mean, he also has a player option worth a little bit over $9 million, um, which he probably gonna opt out. He gonna want to get paid, which I don't blame him.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
everybody trying to get paid right now, especially in this whole pandemic. Mason Plumlee, I think he probably gonna walk.
Really?
Yeah, he probably out of there. You think they gonna want to? You think they can't re-sign all these people, bro? Like, what? Monte Morris gonna want to get some money? He a free agent too.
Yeah, they got a team option for
Oh yeah,
him
he got
though.
a team option.
Yeah, so he gotta wait one
Yeah,
more
he gotta
anyway.
wait one more year. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I mean, 30 million just freed up with Millsap gone too.
Dang.
You know, he
Right.
was making 30 M's.
Right. You right. Yeah.
So
There's some bread on the floor out there. There's some bread
yeah.
out there on the floor. But what you think in this draft that they probably can use? They only got one pick, which is a late first round pick at 22.
My opinion on Denver is they need a big versatile wing defender. Somebody who gonna know their role because you already got your staples. I think Josh Green from Arizona would fit perfect. I think Josh Green plays to his strengths. He doesn't try to do too much. He's already a big physical specimen. He has a pro body to him already. You know, he knows his role. He cuts, he finishes, he checks hard. You know, I think that's literally what the doctor ordered for Denver.
No, real athlete. I like him because I really saw a drop off on Gary Harris a little bit.
Yeah, he can
Yeah,
check. His offense is horrible right now,
I don't
man.
know what happened to that jump
Me
shot, bro.
either.
He was a knockdown shooter at State, bro.
Man, I don't know what happened.
I mean, he was coming off an injury. I think it was his hip. I believe it was his hip. Yeah, it was his hip. But they need some more. They need some more out of him, man, because he
We
really
can't forget about Will Barton. No, he's still
forgot
over there
about
too.
Will. Will was hurt too. He didn't even
Mm-hmm.
play in the playoffs. So, uh, but you know, Will is your buckets.
Yeah,
Your little Will off the bench. So even though he
he
did
get he
start a little,
got hood buckets a little bit.
no, he
Will
got
Barton
hood,
give
but
me, yeah, he give me hood buckets
he gonna hit
vibe.
you like 5 unnecessary moves before you pull up. You feel me?
Yeah, he's sweet with it though. I'm a fan of Will Barton.
You know what I mean? I think also another pick that they probably could use is Josh Green's teammate Zeke. Can't really say his last name too well,
The
but
big fella though, I know what you
fella
mean.
though, man, he was their leading scorer. I think he might be a good fit for them too, because if they lose Plumlee, I mean, what you got? You just got basically Jokic at this point.
Yeah, that's why I reacted like, oh, if you let Plumlee walk, because he is a good backup to Jokic. Like, you know
No,
what I
he
mean?
is. He's solid. I mean, if I'm Plumlee though, I would want to get some type of cheese though, because
Yeah, no, I feel it.
you know what I mean. Like I think he gonna get less money because he was on the Portland contract. You know what I mean. So I'm just,
Right.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He was a
Hey,
starter during that time,
Zeke nice too. So
so he might be a nice selection in 22. Moving on to Utah. Utah, still on the rise. You know, they was eliminated in the first round of Denver, but it was a competitive 7-game series. Donovan Mitchell definitely is improving every year. Um, Rudy Gobert, he's improving every year. He's getting more aggressive, getting more comfortable out there. Uh, Bojan missed the playoffs, but he'll be back. He'll be back next year, ready to play. Probably during maybe the second half of the season because he did have wrist surgery.
mm-hmm.
They got to make some decisions. Of course, Mike Conley he gonna pick up that option.
Come on now.
He got to, you
We
know.
ain't turning down 35 million. I don't care who team I'm on.
No team, it don't matter. And but I think that one of their main focuses is they got to grab Jordan Clarkson. Uh, he's also a free agent, and man, dude was averaging 15 off the bench, man, real microwave scorer. So
Definitely.
he helped them tremendously this year. So he got to be a main focus.
Yeah, no, I agree because it was times where I like Mike Conley, man. He was on my fantasy team last year, but it was times where Mike Conley couldn't get it together, and it was Don and Clark. Don and Jingles in the start lineup, and Clarky filling it up off the bench. So I definitely think they can't let Clarkson walk. He is a value add piece that they need, and yeah, man, I think
Utah. Hey, what we was talking about though with Utah though is like they are another team that's like let's say this though. This is a real like the lead is starting to become a real super like that 3 and D word has became just the what I mean the norm.
yeah,
Like everybody's looking for their Robert Covington. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
I
everybody's
get it.
looking for that guy, that 6'8", 6'9" guy that can knock down the three, play multiple, defend multiple positions. So I
Mm,
think I honestly feel like that's what Utah needs because I just don't feel like Royce O'Neal is just your answer. He's a solid player, but he's not a starting NBA player. I'm sorry.
Agreed. Not if
Oh no offense to that man. No
not
offense to
a
that man.
championship team. He just ain't showed it yet either.
It
You know what I
is what
mean?
it
So,
is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it
right.
is. No, that's not taking away from nothing Royce O'Neal because I honestly think he's a solid basketball player. I just don't think he's a starter, and I don't think Joe Ingles is also a starter either. You know what I mean? So
I like Jingles.
I love Jingles too. Like there's no disrespect to these dudes, man. I just don't think like the way the lead is moving is getting younger and younger every year, and you got to be able to guard these guys. Joe Ingles, I can't. You know what I mean?
Nah, Jingles can lie. He locked up playoff P in OKC. He locked him.
I mean, bro.
But we see what playoff he do.
I ain't even about to get into all that, but like I said, man, shout out to Playoff P, man. He never mind.
They'll call me championship Chuck.
Hey, that probably was the funniest thing he ever said. Honestly,
No,
that's
that's
one of
good.
the funniest things he ever said to me, in my opinion. He like, man, they don't call me championship Chuck. Now that was funny, dog.
Nah.
But let's stay on Utah. My whole point is to say, like, they really need a wing.
Mhm.
They really need a wing, but I've been hearing them tied to this kid from France for the longest. Like this all I've been hearing about is this Theo Maladon. Um he's supposed to be Tony Parker's mentee. I mean, he from watching the highlights of what I seen, because like I said, man, we can't really evaluate these guys so much, man. We watching film, we seeing what we think. I mean, he's super crafty and
Right.
he's big. So I mean, I like that, but I mean, we got to see more. We got to see what's going on because he might just be. I can't say that about him. What was the kid that they drafted from Australia? They ain't really kind of. He
Oh,
might
Dante Exum.
Dante Exum. Dante Exum. I can't really say he wasn't a good draft pick because he was a good draft pick. He just dealt with a lot of injury, but
No, he wasn't a good draft pick.
he was solid,
I
bro.
think I could go on the limb and say he wasn't a good
Oh,
draft pick. Dante Exum wasn't
Dante was solid, bro. He was 6'4", 6'5", long. He was solid.
6'4", 6'5", and long is half the NBA, bro. What do you mean?
I mean, I'm saying for a point guard position, he was solid. He was solid. You don't think he was solid?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Show some sparks to me, dog. Hey man, J Redd is he real harsh, man, on the guys. He's hard.
I don't know, man. I ain't,
You ain't see nothing?
not from him. Not Exum never really gave me what I thought he was coming with.
All
I
right.
like the Maladon pick, man. To get back to Utah.
Yeah,
I think, losing Derek Favors, I think they could use another big to pair with Rudy Gobert.
for sure.
As good as Rudy is down there defensively, I know the Stifle Tower and all that, but I think losing Favors ultimately hurt them a little bit. So I think they could put another big there. I like Isaiah Stewart from Washington.
Yep.
I think, at the spot that Utah picks at 23, I think he will definitely be available and could help him out.
And you can also go grab Zeke too, because I mean Denver had the 22nd pick. Utah got
Right.
the 23rd pick. You can also grab Zeke in case you don't grab him at 22. So it's some solid big men in there. that you can use.
for
It
sure.
really is some solid big guys on this draft. You know what I mean? That you can work with. And I mean Azubuike also from Kansas. That might
Yeah, we
that might
can't forget about him.
that might be solid too. Even though he done had hella injuries
Yeah,
throughout his college career, but I mean the dude is a big body,
big strong baby.
big strong body. Moving on in the Northwest Division, Oklahoma City. They got the 25th pick and the 53rd pick, so one first round and one second round pick, both kind of later in the draft. But I mean, we expect that Sam Presti will be in the mix as somehow in the draft as far as moving pieces. Because I mean, it's they got to fill that team back up. Because I mean, they probably gonna lose a lot of these free agents that they got.
Right.
Uh, Danilo Gallinari, Roberson, Nerlens Noel, Muscala got a player option, so he probably possibly who knows, man. That guy get moved around so much. I
Yeah.
mean, he a knockdown shooter, so I mean, I understand that the weapon that he is, but and then Chris Paul, you don't know what he about to do. We've been hearing the links of him going to Phoenix, so it's up in the air with them.
Yeah, I mean, man, OKC is literally like a blank canvas right now.
Yeah,
New coach, Sam Presti, we you've been proven. We know Sam Presti can work. So we, like we said, we assume that he'll be on the phones making some moves.
sure,
Just not sure if are they going to make moves toward a rebuild or are they going to make moves to try to continue to be competitive? I think Chris Paul looking to be traded
sure.
lends itself to rebuild to me because I think without Chris Paul, that team would not have been as competitive as it was last year. I think the only untouchable they have is SGA.
It's Steven
Let's.
Adams. Well, no, they probably get rid of Steven Adams just because he money.
I was just about to say, I think if they gonna truly rebuild,
Yeah,
if they get rid, if Gallinari walks, they're not bringing back Nerlens Noel. I think Mike Muscala, no disrespect, but I think he'll be a salary dump somewhere in a trade package or something. Roberson, unrestricted. I think if they really head towards rebuild, Steven Adams is probably going to follow everybody else out the door as well too.
for sure, for sure. I think last year, Sam expected it to be they expected they was gonna get rid of Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
He probably thought it was gonna be a rebuild year that year, but they end up having success. So I mean, like I said, I don't think it's never been a season that Sam Presti hasn't been involved in any type of trades.
Right.
Like seriously, like I don't think it's been a year in the last 6 years that this dude has not been involved in big time moves. So expect him to make some moves on draft day. I really don't have no team suggestions for them.
Yeah, they're kind of a blank slate. Also we can't ignore that they have 12 first round picks in the next 7 seasons. So they can, they do have assets and they can draft and they can take their time and build through that as well if they want to, or they could package them picks with players and go get, proven guys. There's so much wiggle room. And I know Sam, probably set it up that way for himself to be able to work.
For sure, for sure. He's a smart dude. He's a smart dude for sure, for sure. All right, well we're gonna take a little break. We gonna finish up the Pacific Division. Golden State gonna be on the clock for us.
You
So
feel me?
y'all give us a little break real quick.
Yes, sir.
What up, what up, what up? This is Jusnix, and I got a stat for you. On this day in 1988, the Chicago Bulls' Michael Jordan scored 52 points in a losing effort to the Philadelphia 76ers. Despite the loss, MJ shot 24 for 29 from the field, 82%. Efficient. The only player in NBA history with a higher field goal percentage in a 50-point game is Wilt Chamberlain. Now that's a stat. Now back to the podcast.
Let's start the show. Ow! Woo hoo hoo! Woo hoo! Yay! Yay! Let's start the show.
All right, man, and we back, dog. Me, me and Jordy just had a real intense conversation, but we gonna get back to that. We gonna keep it moving. We in the Pacific Division. Uh, Golden State Warriors had the next pick at 2. They got 2 second round picks with 48 and 51. It's a interesting season, man. It was the first time they didn't make the playoffs in 5 years. 5 years straight to the finals. I mean, so I'm trying to tell you, Clay, Steph, and Day Day gonna be on a mission this year. So everybody be on notice, man.
Man, here we go
Bet-
again, the
And
Warriors.
you better be worried. And
Here we
you
go
better,
again, the Warriors. No,
and you
I'm
better be
not
worried.
really worried, man. I'm not worried. Steph is my guy. I just had to take a hiatus from rooting from him when Durant was on the team. That's all it is, man. You know, I I I met up with them dudes 4 straight years in the finals. You feel me? When Durant was there, I just couldn't get down with the Warriors. Now that Durant gone, man, the Warriors back to being. You feel me? I don't got nothing negative to say except for they cheated and had a tank flu and got the number 2 pick, and now everybody about to be back here.
Man, we was hurt.
Yeah, no, good. You know, smart. Hey, I'm not taking away from that. Very smart. You feel me?
Steph
Steph know he could have came back and played. You know.
they had stomach issues. You know what I'm saying?
Day was tank flu, dog. Come on, man.
I ain't gonna lie, Draymond.
Draymond tank flu, bro.
Now you know.
He was playing one game and then missing 3 and then playing one. Like, come on,
Year
man.
off. Bro, they went 5 straight years to the finals, bro. He took a year off, bro. Yeah.
My guy can't get that pass. It's cool though. Moving on. You know what I'm saying? Golden State, man. I mean, to be honest, their needs probably rim protection. Other than that, you know, they're a great team already.
So it's a for sure that number 2, they going James Wiseman.
I won't say it for sure, but I think that would. Man, you know what? I was about to say, to be totally honest, Wiseman probably would be the value.
That's the best fit. Like, I mean, regardless of what we haven't really been able to see him too much in a competitive basketball game as far as like with guys his size and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because of course, when he was playing in high school, he was playing against midgets. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we haven't seen him against really, you know, like he only played 3 games for Memphis,
Right?
which were excellent games.
Yeah.
But as far as like the potential of what this guy has, I mean, he was Penny was his coach, so he was already learning how to be a pro early. He seems like he got a good head on his shoulders. And I mean, size is everything, dog.
Right.
And he got all the physical attributes that you can ask for, especially in this modern NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he got the size. And I mean, hey, man, they got the Lakers on Christmas Day. So I mean, hey, I mean, that's what I'm hearing. That's the rumors that I've been hearing is that they're gonna get Lakers on Christmas Day. So I don't know, man. I think he the for sure 2 pick. If not, possibly they can grab Azubuike in the second round as a
Right.
maybe the 48 or 51 pick. And
I just feel like, man, I I can't ignore the fact that I feel like LaMelo would be magical in that system over there, man.
oh
You don't think so?
no,
I mean, why not?
they Red?
How do you not think
No,
that?
no, because I mean it don't fit. Don't fit,
What, he don't fit with them?
no. Oh man, no.
I disagree. You
Why
know,
give me your reasons of why you think he fit though. I just want to hear what you got to say.
I feel like, man, with him, Steph and Clay, and then they take Melo under that tutelage. He's an electric playmaker. I feel like his J is inconsistent, but he can shoot the ball. He can shoot the ball. He's 6'7". He can pass it with the best of them. He can make all the plays you need. I mean, you
Let's just
know,
be real. Let's just be real first. That boy don't want to go there for one.
I know he don't want to go there because Steph is still the head. Melo seemed like he want the keys
He want
to
Huncho. He want Huncho.
yeah, he want the keys. And that's another reason why I feel like Wiseman would be a pick, you know, a better pick. Also,
Philly man,
Wiseman,
he like put him in there. Just
Wiseman, you know, he good at like good, everything the Warriors need. Good rim runner. He gonna protect the paint a little bit. You know, he can catch it and make a little move to try to get you a basket. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot a little bit.
Yeah, and all that's gonna be polished even more if he go there too. So you know, I like Wiseman. I like Wiseman there, but I can't ignore the fact that I think, you know, any of the top picks will work with them.
I really feel like, and this is just how I feel. If Minnesota didn't have the number 1 pick, I think he would be the number 1 pick.
Wiseman.
Yes. I really believe that.
I mean, he was projected as number one for a long time.
Yeah, but just I mean, and I was just like I wasn't really too high on him on high school. But and I know workouts don't show everything. But I'm gonna say the boy put on a lot of muscle. That's a long gap that he had in between and missing basically the whole season, only playing
Yeah.
3 games in Memphis. His muscle looked there, looks apart. I mean, and his skill. I mean, from the highlights I was seeing, some of the workout videos I was seeing, Penny said he always worked with him on guard skills,
Mm.
and he got some. He got some stuff, man. Now do it translate? I don't know, but we
I
gonna see.
think, yeah, I'm with you. High school, I thought he was nice, but I also, you ever like know somebody good, but also he ain't your favorite player to watch in high school? Like it was one of them type of situations. Just because I felt like he did, out of characteristic things. Like he was trying to take, Dirk fadeaways. He thought he was, Kobe in high school, a little bit of Dirk or something. Like, come on, man. But
Sometimes them kids get bored though, man.
I agree, because when you that talented, you could just try stuff. I mean, he went more into the rim running post type of natural position. I think he did in his few games at Memphis, though small sample size, but we saw it though. Double guy. He rim running, he dunking, he can do all that type of stuff. I think that more of that in the NBA, will lend itself well to him.
He gonna be good. Draymond gonna have a field day with him. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have a field day, man. You remember, man? They had Damian Jones looking like, boy, he was looking like Marcus Camby for a second before he had got hurt. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, I mean, just be on the lookout, man. And I think a real big sleeper, if y'all not familiar, Jay Scrub out of junior college in Chicago, man, or Illinois. I think I think he's gonna be a real baller. He
We
can
big
very
fans.
very athletic. He can shoot the ball. I think he a real sleeper, and I think the Warriors would be a good team. If they can get him around 48, 51, take that risk. Go grab him.
Yeah, I'm actually going to just come right out and agree with that. We big fans of Jay Scrub, man. I do want to see him against higher competition. I know
Yeah,
he can play. I know that, but I just would like to get a look at him against, real high level competition and stuff like that. But he got the sauce. You feel me?
got the
He got
sauce.
the sauce.
Cassius Stanley wouldn't be a bad pick either. I mean, super athlete. I don't know how that jumper look, but
Yeah, his jumper iffy, but I also feel like he got that type of game that is going to be better as a pro than he was at Duke too.
yeah, for sure.
Better suited for the league than in
Sure. What
college.
was my man? Remind me a little bit of Gerald Henderson a little bit. Remember Gerald Henderson? Kinda,
Yeah, I remember Gerald.
they
He
kind
was solid too. I can't, I'm laughing, but I can't. Gerald was very solid.
of.
He had a nice little, probably like, I don't know off the top, but he had a nice longer career in the league too.
If he wasn't with Charlotte, I think he probably could have lasted a little bit longer. But Charlotte will kill you sometime. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. But look, man, we gonna move on in the specific division. The Sacramento Kings. They had a pretty interesting season this year. Missed the playoffs for 14 consecutive year. Um, they've completely wiped out their front office. Lottie gone. Uh, they brought in a new GM and everything. I believe Walton's still there, right? He's still there, right?
Yeah, Luke's still there if I'm
Luke's
not
still
mistaken.
there. But I mean, I think they just got to stay healthy. You know what I mean? They're a young team that has not been healthy for a whole season yet. I mean, you had Harry Giles, you Bagley, De'Aaron be in and out. Those three for sure. You know what I'm saying? Those have been lottery picks for them over the last couple of years, and neither of those guys have been healthy. So I mean, there's they can surprise us next year. They can come out firing if they come back healthy and ready. I know they have a mission to sign Bogdanovich. Um, they got to do that, but he gonna be on the market. You know what I mean? There's some
Yeah.
guys that want him. I've heard Boston, but I really believe he want to start.
Yeah, but I mean, well, the Kings be bringing Buddy off sometimes, so Bogey could start if he stay.
He did finish the season like that though.
Yeah,
Buddy
yeah.
finished the last like 25 games uh
Coming.
coming off the bench. That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah,
But also, they know that they're gonna have to match some money. They already offered him like a 4 year,
like 50.
50,
Yeah.
57 or something like that, and he turned that down. So they know that I think somebody's gonna give him a contract.
Hmm.
And I think the Kings are gonna try to do everything they can to keep him. So they're gonna have to match a little money.
Hmm.
I think they should bring back Harry Giles too.
Yeah.
If you look at his numbers, man, if you look at his minutes, he has stuffed minutes. You know what I'm saying? He might only play 17 minutes, but
Yeah.
at 17 minutes, he might have 10 and 8. Like he
Yeah.
was coming along as a little workhorse, under the radar.
Yeah.
I think that they have questions. Is Bagley a 5, or are y'all gonna try Bagley at the 5 and keep, take a long look at the Harrison at the 4 and Bagley at the 5?
Yeah.
Because then if they go that route, I think they should go a wing. You know what I'm saying? With the number 12 pick, they'll have a glaring hole at the 3. If they want to go Bagley at the 4, I know they have Rashawn Holmes on the.
Might have to go 5 though, because I mean, like when you think about the way the 4 is looking nowadays, like you got Jason
Right.
Tatum playing the 4, you got Melo playing the 4, you got, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like
man, Popovich started DeRozan at the 4 in the bubble in the
that's,
playoff.
that's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't know. He might be a 5. You might have to just, you might have to just play small and go with somebody probably at the same size as him at the 4.
I think that that's what they're gonna do, just because uh they like Harrison Barnes.
Oh,
I
or
think they
Harrison
grew up
Barnes,
with him,
put
and
him.
they want to take a long look at Bagley at the 5, Harrison at the 4. De'Aaron Fox is a stud. I love him. He got the 1 locked down. If Bogey or Buddy, Bogey/Buddy will be in that 2. So with my suggestion, I would go wing. I think Aaron Naismith from Vanderbilt is a really good pick. He thumps. He shot 52% on 8 threes a game.
Yeah.
Like he's proven. He led them in scoring. I think he could come right in and help those guys.
No, for sure. I think he'd be a solid pick if either him or if like Vassal might move down. That's if he falls. You got a bunch of different guys you can really go with. I mean, like I said, like Aaron Naismith is almost kind of like a Buddy Hield because he can shoot. But I mean, at that point, Sacramento, y'all just got to go with best available at this point.
Yeah, I think Patrick Williams. We talked about Vassal. I like Vassal, but his teammate Patrick Williams. They both would be good big wings. That could step in, help defend. Knock some shots down type stuff.
Hmm. Sadiq Bey from Villanova. I think he
Oh,
might be he might be a good he might be a good pick. So I'm kind of looking for that tweener guy. And
mhm.
I mean, if they can find and if they can get a backup point guard, which they probably might need, um, because I mean, De'Aaron be hurt so much. I think Kier Lewis from Alabama might be a good pick. It's a bunch of
He,
different ways you can really go with that.
he's so fast. He kinda remind me of
De'Aaron,
De'Aaron.
yeah, he really
Yeah,
like another De'Aaron Fox Jr. So
yeah, but De'Aaron's such a stud. I feel like you just kind of gotta hope he stay healthy and just rock
you
with
gotta
him.
hope. You just
Yeah.
gotta hope. You just gotta hope, man. They got 1 second round pick at 35. Um, I've been seeing my guy Xavier Tillman been moving up a lot in these
Yeah.
drafts. Um, he showed a lot. He showed a lot from that 3 last year, so I think he would be a good pick. Jordan Nwora from Louisville, and then you also put me on game with Caleb Wesson from Ohio State. I really didn't watch him that much, but I mean, you got some insight on him?
Yeah, Caleb. I mean, he a big fella, real big fella. Big 10 guy, so I seen him a lot. But if I had the choice, I'm taking X for sure over
Nigga,
Caleb Wesson.
nigga,
Yeah,
all right, for sure.
Xavier Tillman for sure over Caleb
I'm
Wesson.
gonna always go with State over anything. So that's just what that is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I ain't even saying that just
Hey,
because I'm a state basketball fan either. Like
you know,
Xavier's the better player. You know what I
You know
mean?
what's crazy, dog? Is people like, all right. So say for instance, like people from my I live in Atlanta, so a lot of people might be like, so what college do you root for? I'm like, all right. Now listen, mine's a little confusing. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm a Michigan State basketball fan, but I'm a Michigan football fan. That's just my standards and that's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
We
we
root
are
for Michigan
exactly the same.
football and we root for Michigan State basketball because I mean Michigan State used to just always recruit from the city and it was just I mean Izzo kind of just fit the criteria of the city even though we had the Fab Five, but I don't know. It's just always been like that.
Yeah, plus I mean, I got an older brother who walked on that state, and so I grew up just watching that. Of course, we big Mateen fans, the Flintstones, Mo P, all them guys. Oh, we just got history with state, you know what I'm saying? And even into the newer age, man, my young guy Cassius, man, he up there and had a hell of a career there. So, we always gonna rock with state hoops.
Gotta go with State Hoops,
Yeah.
dog. I'm sorry, man. My bad.
I mean, we like Michigan basketball too, but the
Like
state,
Michigan. It's state, baby. It's state.
yeah.
State. Shout out to Schmitty, man. Moving on. Phoenix Suns. They on the clock. They got one pick in the first round, but it's a nice solid pick at 10. Still in the lottery. They can go a bunch of different directions too, but I think they got to figure out what they is. I think they really need to re-sign Aaron Baines. Whatever he needs to get, you need to give it to him. You don't
No,
like Aaron Baines?
they got DeAndre Ayton.
But I think you need that back. If you want to take that step forward, bro, I'm just saying that step forward that you really want to take. If you want to compete in the West, you need to go. You need to grab Aaron Baines, bro. That's like, bro, I think Boston, that was the worst decision they ever could have made is letting him fly.
I seen that Boston actually was looking at bringing him back.
They need to, if they
Yeah,
can, because he had a hell of a season this year.
he did. I mean, Aaron Baines is like, he would help. But if I'm looking at, what they need, they still got other issues to address.
Like what? I'm just saying, I'm like pinpointing in a spot and where you think they. I mean, of course, I mean I've been hearing so many that they've been saying about point guard. So we just giving up on Rubio? Is that just what it is?
I wouldn't necessarily say give up on Rubio, but Rubio kind of a vet. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna build with a young team with
Not
8
Chris
and
Paul right now though.
yeah. I mean, I can't say what's going on in the GM head and nothing like that, but that also is another if Chris Paul come, then I feel like they're gonna keep D Book. So the Minnesota swap is out of the,
It's been out
out
the
of.
swap, bro.
I don't know. I can't say that. I just can't say it's been out there because
You
I
just
feel
want
like
them to go there, bro. That's all.
I do a little bit.
That's it. You just want them to go there. That's all.
I ain't gonna lie. I think D-Lo, D-Book, and Cat would be a nice group, man.
I don't like it.
I love it. I think,
And I feel like you limiting Devin Booker now. He is a star.
bro, but he gonna if you don't limit it, so is Phoenix not limiting him because they didn't miss the playoffs a decade straight? So you might need to limit him a little bit, dog, because he can't win.
But you have to build around him though.
I
Like
think they kind of starting to. I love Oubre and I love Aiton. Them two, I love them too.
they got a solid foundation. That's why I say you got to keep Aaron Baines. You got to keep Aaron Baines. You know what I'm saying? Frank Kaminsky got a team option, so he probably end up staying. I think that's a nice little pick. Dario Saric might fly, which I had high expectations for him. Um,
Yeah, he didn't. I thought he was gonna play better when he came up from Philly. He can play. I don't know. Kaminsky, all right. I seen him kind of play well in Charlotte, and yeah, he showed spurts of. I think that they honestly, I don't know what the Chris Paul decision is gonna be. I think they should address point guard. I know Rubio's there. I think Killian Hayes. I think Tyrese Halliburton if he happens to slide that far.
mm-hmm.
And then wings. I think Devin Vassell would be.
That's what they've been linking him with. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
I mean, that's from what we've been seeing, and some of the mock drafts that we've been seeing. We keep seeing Devin Vassell, but I mean, he can just kind of remind me of what they already got. Like, and
They have so many of those type, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, who played well in the bubble. What I'm saying? So do you give him a longer look? You got Oubre still. You got, they just got a log jam of those kind of type of players. I feel like,
mm-hmm. You might gotta go PG for real.
I could see why they would want a Vass or something if they gonna keep Rubio or bring CP in. They got D Book, they got Oubre, they have Ayton. You know what I mean? If they gonna try to run it back, because they played well in the bubble. I don't know. That's only an 8-game sample. They missed the playoffs, so we can't. It's no telling what they're gonna do over 82 or however many games this new season is. But I mean, I don't know.
He said, man, you know what I mean? I don't know, man.
I just
Hey,
feel
like I said, man, I think they missing. They need to they need to re-sign Aaron Baines, and then they need to go get Chris Paul, bro, because I think that puts them competitive in the Western Conference, in my opinion.
I would like to see. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I would like to see Chris Paul with Devin Booker, with Kelly Oubre, with Ayton, and whoever else they got. I think that four right there is a great four. You feel me? And then you can put in slot in somebody, whether that's Baines, whether that's Kaminsky coming back on the team option. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Whoever they get at the 4, I think with that'll be good. Or they could flip D Book and have number 1, number 10, number 17, and a Malik Beasley or a Hernan Gomez or something like that. So I know you ain't entertaining the Minnesota, but it's cool.
Nah, I'm good, man. We gonna keep it moving, man. To the champs. The champs. The champs is it.
Let's get it.
Hey, well, before we even get started, man, we already been hearing it's heavy rumors going on right now that they trying to get your boy Dennis Schroeder. And this is the argument that me and J Redd was having, man. He really feels like that's not a good idea. He's not sold on that. He's more sold on the DeMar DeRozan pickup, which I'm like, it might happen, it might not. I don't see it happening though. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't see it happening. I think Dennis Schroeder is very safe. He had a very good season this year. Like, he showed a lot. He definitely was top 2, top 3 6 man of the year candidate. I really feel like he should have won, but it is what it is. He had a great season. I think that he could pick up for, in case they don't re-sign Rondo. That's a great pickup for somebody that when Brian want to take that break, when he really want to take a break, and somebody gonna come in that's gonna actually make something happen, that's your guy.
I just want to start off by saying, I think Schroeder had a hell of a year last year. I think he a good player. I don't want this to come off like I don't think he can play or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. It's just that when I look at the landscape of the NBA, and if the Lakers are going to make a move, which we know they are, the first guy would not have been Dennis Schroeder that I went to look for.
Bro, they don't have a lot of leg room. I don't think you understand that they don't have a lot of leg room, dog. Like,
I understand that, but come on, man.
They gave up the house, the crib, the cars, and everything they could to get AD.
Yeah, paid off.
So I mean,
but I still all right. So
I can't stand you, dog.
It off. It did,
and it paid off. It's crazy, dog.
But as a Bron fan, you already know the teams that LeBron on, you have to sacrifice 3-4 years in the future to be on win now mode. As we went over this earlier, I've been with Bron his whole career. He gonna sacrifice 2-3 years in the future to win now. So yeah, the Lakers got the 28th pick. I just truly don't feel like they're gonna actually draft at 20.
No, they're probably gonna ship that off. They're probably gonna ship that off, man.
So if they want to take the pick and Danny Green for Schroeder, why not take Kuz and Danny Green for DeRozan? Like, what's the?
Because I mean, is that good for the Spurs? What benefit do they get from that?
I mean, that was what I thought. Well, that's what I saw throughout there. I don't know if that.
I'm saying I seen that too. But
right.
I don't think it's a.
I think they can honestly. don't ridicule me for this, but I still think Kuzma all right. I think if he get out of that LA stuff and have a new
Yeah,
start,
definitely be a better player with Pop.
yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think he's like centerpiece or nothing, but I mean, like, bro, LaMarcus and DeRozan are aging guys. They like what moves are the Spurs gonna make? They need to do something. They can't just keep rolling them same dudes back out there.
I've been seeing some trades. They've been trying to get rid of them, both of them.
They need to
Marcus
kind of.
Aldridge and Rudy Gay. But I mean, hey, like I said, but Lamarcus is coming off of shoulder surgery, so I mean, you better be wary of that. But the Lakers, man, if they do keep the pick, I think they need to grab a guard. I'm big. We real big on Malachi Flynn from San Diego State. That's like one of my favorite guys in the draft right now. You know what I
He
mean?
do got
Honestly,
game for sure.
he got game, and I think Cassius would be good too.
Hey, I kind of hoping for that, even though I don't think the Lakers will keep the pick. Bring my guy Cash Money to the promised land. Welcome home, Cash. Come to LA.
So
He probably, if not the best pick and roll guard in this draft, in my opinion.
for sure. No,
Very heady player. He gonna make the right play every single time down. When you look up at the end of the day, he might not 360 dunk and do all the flash that you like, but when you look at that box score at the end of the night, every game Cash has brought it. He produced and he made winning basketball plays, and he's a winner at every level.
I actually had a Hall of Fame guard talk to me about him, and he was just like, um, he said the only knock against Cash is he not that quick, but he was just like he like his head. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And to get that praise from a Hall of Fame guard is hey man, that's big. So he said he actually had coached him in a camp or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And he was just like he was like he like it. He got a good head on him.
I mean, quick history lesson on Cassius, man. I've been hearing that his whole life. I've been around him since he been in like seventh grade. Everybody's like, if he lacks elite quickness or elite athleticism, that has literally never, he still gets to every spot on the floor he want to get to. That's never stopped him. When he played on the circuit with all these top 10, top 5 picks that everybody is ranting and raving about, he led the whole nation, the whole world in points and assists in the same summer. Like he is the guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I mean he didn't Michigan State won a top 10 team for the last 4 years for no reason. So I mean, people got to take that in consideration. We gonna move on to the champs, man, to the Clippers, man, the choke stars. It's like, nah, let me stop, man. I shouldn't talk.
keep going. They
I,
choked.
I shouldn't talk like that, man.
They choked, bruh. Come
They
on now.
they definitely got to make some decisions this season, man, and really get some structure going on around there because I think they still confused on when they want to play, when they want.
Kawhi can't play 48 games a year and think you just gonna low manage your way to this finals, bro. It's not happening.
Well, I'm telling you what's going on, man. He already did it. So I mean,
With a great Toronto team that was a
hey,
game away from the finals.
now y'all want to call him great now.
They take Kawhi off and they went 7 right back. You feel me?
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah. I mean, the confidence is high too. Let's take some of these teams and let's take a lot of these teams and let's reorganize them, get them focused, have a real coach, give them real structure. You know what I'm saying? And we see a lot of teams will probably be like that, man. A lot of these coaches, man, they just be throwing the ball out there and be like, man, y'all figure it out, man. Let's go.
Yeah, the Clippers, man. I don't know what they doing. They had a lot of, locker room
I
people.
gotta blame Doc on that one, dog. I
Well,
got. This is my reason. I'm gonna give you J Redd. I'm blaming Doc because I feel like I'm not blaming Doc in a bad way. I'm blaming Doc in the strength of like, all right, he gave these guys too much respect. I think he expected them to be professional and get it together and learn how to be winners.
mm,
And I think they just never stepped up to the plate and actually did that. But I think he shouldn't have put that foot down and he never really put that foot down like he was really supposed to. You know what I mean? Because like toward the end, man, just kind of felt like nobody knew what they wanted to do out there.
Yeah,
There was
I
no
agree with you.
structure. There was no
And it was a
structure.
lot of like, I mean, I can't even sugarcoat it anymore. Like Paul George wasn't that good in the Denver series. You know what I mean? So I can't sugarcoat it anymore. Kawhi didn't even play all that down the stretch of games
He
in
needs
the Denver.
structure.
Huh?
He needs structure.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that showed us something with Kawhi game too. Like, yeah, he has like improved his offensive game. Like Kawhi doing some stuff that you like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know he had that. Bro, stop.
Ah,
Because you tripping, bro.
ugh.
I know you been seeing Kawhi hitting the bop bop, the bop bop.
Mm,
You feel me? Like he been
no.
yes, man. Yes. Stop. You
Mm.
gotta stop being that way, man.
Kawhi ain't obviously he good, but I hate his game, man. It's just
Something. He didn't show us something, dog.
he,
Stop.
he showed me something last year with Toronto. He ain't showed me nothing with Clippers yet.
I think he did. I just think, man, he was waiting on PG to show up, man. He was late.
Showed me that he could blow 3 double-digit leads in a row and lose a 3-1 lead. That's what he showed me.
Hey, man, I think that got the that come down to like him not being a vocal leader, him not talking. Like he can't get them guys to he can't tell PG, hey man, get your shit together, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? He can't
I
really
mean,
do that.
he should be able to. Kawhi, you the
Not
guy.
him. I'm just saying it's just not him though. Like it's just not his character. You feel me? Like I think that was when Doc needed to step in.
Agreed. Coaching got to come with it. But Kawhi, bro, if you gonna be that guy,
Mathematically, sit your ass down somewhere. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like to a certain extent. You know what I mean? All up Pat, cause Pat a dog. You feel me? But like, chill out, bro.
Pat a bulldog, but he not a championship starting point guard though. Like,
Yeah, he probably not your starting guard. But hey,
no.
I still not gonna give them excuses on why they shouldn't have won, bro. Cause they had the best team.
Yeah, I just think it was, a multitude of things. I think they had some ego problems in their locker room.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, we had all the reports coming out about players weren't happy with the preferential treatment Kawhi was getting. He don't got to practice. He can play whenever he want and blah, blah, blah. I think, yes, people understand that Kawhi is the guy, but we got to feel like Kawhi is, a equal, like a part of us. We can't just be like, all right, dog, just do whatever he want, but y'all is still holding us to this super high level of, standard of excellence.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, they got a lot of decisions to make. I don't know what's gonna happen with Marcus Morris, who's an unrestricted free agent. Montrezl Harrell, who just won $6 million a year, so he's trying to get some bank. I mean, even Marcus though, because I mean, Marcus had that New York deal was what like 19 for 2 or something, like something. It was something like he got some money. I think it was a 1 year contract where he just got like 19 to 20 mil.
Okay.
1 year contract. So I mean, of course he had a hell of a season from being with the Knicks and then coming up to the Clippers. Man, he was shooting the ball excellent. He gonna want to get paid. Montrezl Harrell gonna want to get paid. I mean, Jermichael Green got a player option, so he probably gonna end up staying. Patrick Patterson is a free agent, which he probably gonna fly. And then Reggie Jackson is a free agent, which he probably gonna fly.
And there's a lot of rumors of PG getting moved. So
Yeah, I heard about the swap with him and Westbrook, but I don't think that's gonna happen, dog. I don't think that's gonna happen. They got one draft pick, which is a late second round pick. I'm pretty sure they probably just gonna end up grabbing somebody. What I hope they learn from the bubble that they really struggle with and that's playing against Dallas and Denver is they need some inside presence.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Zubac wasn't enough. They need somebody to go in there and bang. And even Montrezl here, he struggled.
I mean, because he's 6'8", 6'7", like,
He struggled.
same size as our point guard. So
I mean, I was leaning towards like maybe like a Vernon Carrier that you can grab at the end because Vernon, I just feel like Vernon is a gamer, but he ain't that big. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but I'll say this: if Montrezl Harrell walks, Vernon Carey would be a great pick to step right in.
Taking him.
Because I feel like, yes, they do need rim protection, but Montrez played a good part, like his little role. You feel? No secret, he won 6th Man of the Year out of his role. So, like, that is also an important role for the Clippers.
Yeah, but I think the Clippers got to be very aware. Like, yeah, Montrezl Harrell had a good season, and we talking about a whole regular season. You know, you get these awards for regular season.
Right.
Postseason show a whole different light, and
Yeah.
he could not finish. Like, there's plenty of times he was getting off a nice pick and roll, and he just couldn't finish over the bigs. Like, they had, you know, of course they had Boban from Dallas and Porzingis down there and all them. He could not finish over them. Even with Nikola Jokic, he couldn't even. Nikola Jokic was putting him in the basket.
I mean, like, you know,
I'm just saying though, like, you know, that's one of your key front court guys.
Right.
Like, it shouldn't just be like blatantly.
You know, I feel you. And I think, like, you know, when they played the Mavericks, like, if Kristaps don't go down, like, the Mavericks truly believe that they
got the boys above it.
Yeah, you know, if Kristaps don't go get hurt, they truly believe they had a chance. Like, so, you know, yeah, I feel you. They definitely need inside presence. They need some rim protection. Zubac, as big of a body as he is, he's not that dog, that lockdown paint big that you need. You know, if they supposed to be this great defensive team, perimeter defensive, PG, Kawhi, Pat Bev, like, you know, they should definitely address the front court defense as well.
Oh, for sure. They definitely need that. I think like I said, you could possibly go Nick Richards from Kentucky, which you can work with him.
I mean, he a big body, and I think he can, you know, he block shots and stuff too.
Yeah, you just need a body, man. I know they got the kid from Florida State too, but I don't think he that big from who they had last year. You remember him? I can't say his name though.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about though, right?
Kabingale or something like that. Yeah, I know you
say his
mean.
name right now, man. My bad. But yeah, that's what we got for these two divisions. So check us out on the next pod. Like I said, follow the page. That's Jusballout_ no T. That's on Instagram. And then on our website is justballoutmedia.com. That's also no T. You got anything to say to him, J Redd?
Hey, man. Happy to be back.
Yeah.
Check out the website, follow the page, and we'll be back shortly with a new pod.
All right.
Jusballout.